Welcome into GoMarquette.com as I'm joined with the head coach of the women's basketball team, Terri Mitchell, to preview the upcoming Big East season. Before we get to that, I'll talk about the start of the season you got already.
Okay.
7-1 record, double-digit wins for you with the exception of the tough loss, 2-point loss to Creighton. Has the start of the season been what you thought you'd expect, or you've been kind of learning with each game?
I think you learn with every game. I think every season is new. I think you have expectations, and you look at a team filled with seniors, and you say, okay, the seniors understand what it takes to win, but you also have a lot of underclassmen you're relying on for your success. So I think it's been a balance of both worlds, of having very high expectations, but understanding we have to learn with every game and we have to grow.
Now, coming into the season, we talked about the strong guard play you have, and Angel Robinson is your leading scorer with 15 points a game. But your two-year post starters, in Catherine Plouffe and Paige Fiedorowicz, are also averaging over 10 points a game. How vital is that to get that scoring balance going into Big East play when the competition gets tougher?
It's extremely important. You have to have options. You have to have a team with multiple looks. I think with Angel averaging 15, I mean, we all know she could probably average in the 20s, but she's distributing the ball very well, getting other people involved. We always talk about the extra pass, what it is to say, is it the best shot for me, or should I get someone else involved? I would rather we have, the games you've talked about winning in double digits. We have 4 players in double figures. I think it makes you extremely hard to guard. And who do you focus? People will focus on Angel, but then who do you focus on after that? Do you focus on Catherine? Do you focus on Paige, Serena, Tatiana? You have all these players that can contribute.
I also caught up with seniors Angel Robinson and Paige Fiedorowicz to get their thoughts on the beginning of the season and what's it going to take for a successful start to the Big East season.
I think our unity has been a big part of our success so far this season, on and off the floor. We just all want to get it all done together. We're very unselfish players, and we know that if we all can come together as one, then we can win. We're not looking at top 25 teams any differently from an unranked team. We're not ranked, and we know that we're a good team. We just have to just stick to the game plan and go out there together and win together and do all the little things on the court, get all the hustle plays, diving on the floor, getting rebounds, and we just got to be the better team for 40 minutes.
So far, I've seen a team that works really hard, just every day in practice, no matter what challenges Terri throws at us. Everyone just fights together until we get something done. Nobody ever just gives up, and I see very good team chemistry. It's really just all the little things on the road. When you're at home, you got the home court advantage. You got, people say you got the refs and you got the fans. On the road, I think it's just the little things. It's getting those offensive rebounds. It's diving on the floor. It's just it's sticking together because there's going to be bad calls. Things aren't going to go your way. But it's just knowing that you can still do it if you just play together.
Now, if we look back a little bit on last year's Big East season, you finished with a record of 6-10. There's only one win on the road, though. Is that an specific area you'd like to see the most improvement heading into this year's conference play?
Oh, obviously. I think we tried in our non-conference to develop a schedule on the road. Playing at Wisconsin, we were able to get the victory. At Creighton, we lost, but we had 25 opportunities to win that game. I think we realized we had to play a whole lot smarter, so that's why we put ourselves in that position. You go across country, Vermont, and play as well as we did. We'll be going down to Miami for a tournament. You do all those things to understand what it takes so that on conference play, you obviously always talk about protecting the home court, which is going to be tough enough, but then going on the road, that's something extra that it takes to win on the road.
Talking about going on the road, that's where actually you start the Big East season this year at Connecticut, #1 ranked Connecticut, well-documented 86-game winning streak. Is this game more about what you have to do as a team or what you have to keep them from doing?
I think it's both. We talk about getting better every game. We need to get better. We've identified things that we need to get better with. We need to value the basketball with our turnovers. You don't want to go into a situation playing the best team in the country and give them more opportunities to score. They're the best for a reason because they have the best player on their team in Maya Moore, but they understand what it takes to win. And then, you want to try to limit her. You don't want, she's going to score, but you don't want her to score 30. You want to make her work for everything you have, but she's surrounded by so many All-Americans. So I think it's the attitude, and it's a focus, and it's the energy that we have to have, and this is what it takes to play the very best. And so you have to have that in-between loose, go-for-it kind of feeling. At the same time, be very strict with our team about following the game plan and doing what we need to do.
Now, including that matchup with UConn, your first 4 Big East opponents are currently ranked inside the top 20. Now, with a relatively young team, how do you prepare for such a tough start to the season like that?
One game at a time. You don't overwhelm by saying, hey, this is everything we're facing. This is our opponent. This is where we match up well. this is where we're going to need a little extra help, or this is the things that we need to get better at, and then you approach it. I mean, we approach every game the same. So the routine for our players is very familiar. And I think if you go ahead, you make 10 changes in your routine, I think the alarms go off in your player's head like, uh-oh, what's going on here? So we want to really emphasize what we're good at. What are our strengths? What can we be proud of? Keep those strengths going, understand where we may have weaknesses and how we can cover for each other in those weaknesses. And again, one game at a time is a whole lot more manageable than looking at 4 people in the top 20.
You talk about your strengths. It seems like the start of the season, defense has been really good for you. 63 points at the loss to Creighton was the highest offensive output you've allowed this season. Going into Big East play, is defense really kind of what you're kind of framing your team around going in?
I think your defense creates your offense. I think we've talked a lot about you start a game focusing on your defense. If you go into a game worried about your offense and it doesn't happen, then I think you dig yourself in the hole because now you're so concerned about, oh, my offense isn't coming. But if you go in the game and saying, you know what, we need to make stops, then your offense just becomes a product of those stops because you are getting stops, you're getting rebounds. We're a running team. We give ourselves opportunities. So when we have a defensive focus, I think everyone just takes a collective deep breath. We know we're good at it. We get excited about what we're doing. We're doing a lot of defensive changes. I think our players celebrate that and it makes the offense easier.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time and good luck on the upcoming Big East season.
All right, thank you.